What's up, beautiful people of planet Earth? Jay here from Jay's Way, and I want to spend the next few minutes debunking a couple of myths that are circulating about selling on Etsy. Actually, these are the same stupid myths that have been floating around for years, and while they're sometimes reiterated by people who either brand new and maybe don't know any better, basically bought into the fear-mongering type stuff, usually they're being propagated by people who ask all the questions in the group and ignore all the answers in the groups. And you know the ones. The ones who are still having sales and circulate this crap as an excuse for their Don't believe me? Next time you see someone complain about these things in the Facebook groups or forums or whatever, look at their previous posts and comments. You'll see some commonalities and patterns start to emerge. Myth number one, Etsy fees are insane. The only insane thing is legitimately thinking that the Etsy fees are insane. I've seen people complaining in all the online forums about crazy highway robbery that is the Etsy fees, and it's just crazy. No, Etsy fees are not insane. In fact, let's put this into perspective by looking at the big three online marketplaces. You got eBay, Amazon, and of course, Etsy. For eBay, you're looking at 30 cents a listing if you have more than 250 listings, and then an additional 15% of the item's final value, which by their term includes the processing fee of typically 2.5% to 3.5%. Then there's the subscription fees on top of that if you want your own storefront. Similar to what you get on Etsy kind of thing, but what you get on Etsy is for free, right? Those fees on eBay range from $4.95 a month all the way up to thousands, like literally thousands, like $3,000 or $4,000. Amazon fees range from 99 cents an item sold up to $39.95 a month, plus an additional 17% what they call referral fee for clothing. And now let's look at Etsy. Etsy charges you nothing to have a storefront. Then there's the 20-cent listing fee every time something is listed, and there's the 6.5% transaction fee, which is how Etsy makes their money. The payment processing fees are not Etsy fees. Those are standard across any platform. And if you fulfill and ship the items yourself, and you bought your shipping labels through Etsy, that's also not an Etsy fee. You'd have to pay the $4 to $8, no matter who you use to ship with. Then occasionally, very occasionally, there's that 12 to 50% offsite ads fee, which is taken from a sale you got somewhere Etsy paid to advertise your item. You didn't pay the cost per clicks for the advertising. Etsy did. You're leveraging their millions of dollars of marketing. You're only paying for a fee for a sale you wouldn't have otherwise gotten. And you sold something to someone who wasn't even shopping for it on Etsy. For those of us doing POD and holding no inventory, nor making anything ourselves, that's a win even if you walk away with a single dollar. And for the love of all of our sanity, read the friggin' handbook and ignore the misinformed whiners who complain about the cost of doing business on someone else's marketplace. Because no, you did not make a sale for $25 and then Etsy stole 20 of it. Myth number two is Etsy penalizes you if you don't offer free shipping. Etsy doesn't actively penalize you, but what happens is that you won't show up in search results if and only if someone takes the free shipping box and you don't happen to offer free shipping. If they filter their searches that way, it kind of makes sense. They also prioritize listings with free shipping in all of their advertising efforts. So yes, there's a possibility you might not show up in certain specific places Etsy advertises. But my tests and sales are proof that most POD customers expect to pay for shipping and would rather see a lower initial price point than a higher one, so much so that people will sort by price over taking the free shipping box. People also care more about the speed of the shipping rather than the price of the shipping, especially this time of year. Myth number three is Etsy gurus telling you that they can get you to rank on the first page and they want to charge you for it. Tell them to get stuffed. This is just insane because I think in 2019, Etsy changed the algorithm to show search results that are tailored to each individual shopper. What this means is that when you search for something on Etsy, what you see in the search results isn't necessarily going to be the same as what another person might see. Searching for your own listings is just another big waste of time. You're effectively training Etsy's algorithm to show you search results based on what you are searching, when you're searching, where you're searching from, and what you've already bought before. Instead, Etsy says you should spend your time diving into your shop stats to see which listings are bringing you the most visitors and sales. Look for traffic specifically coming from Etsy searches. Here, these searches are the organic searches that customers in Etsy are typing in the search bar and therefore the main ones you should actually give a crap about. In here, in your traffic, you can see your most popular listings and you can see all the keywords that are actually working and bringing visitors and buyers to your shop. While you're in there, take a look around. Examine the listings that are getting the crappiest amount of views and compare the tags for those listings to your listings that are making moves. Are your tags outdated or maybe weak because they were your first listings ever? Try adding some keywords from your popular listings, the ones that are doing something. This is an easy win if you've niched down a bit, since you'll have some overlapping keywords across most of your listing. The bottom line here is that whether you have a general store or a niche shop, your SEO is not static. It is and will always be organic, and it'll need to be tweaked from time to time, even maybe seasonally. Here's a disclaimer from Etsy. Etsy search is always changing. These are some of the current best practices we recommend, and we'll regularly update this content to keep you informed. So that means there is no be-all end-all solution. SEO is not a one and done thing anyway. So do not pay someone hundreds or thousands of dollars to get ranked on the first page. Instead, put those bucks into your electrical bill while you stay up at night, maybe doing some niche research, to find gaps in the marketplace, and then maybe spend some loot on a good t-shirt designer if it's not something you're great at. And then put it all together to fill those gaps in the marketplace. All right, next one is a bit of a plot twist. Myth 4 is that SEO is everything. In fact, it only averages about 15% of getting found, just about a sixth of my visits. Look at your stats. You can see mine here. Less than 20% of my visits actually come from Etsy search in all 4 of my shops. Shop A, 19%, Shop B, 14%, Shop C, 8%, and D, 18%. Coincidentally, you can see the difference in conversion rates between the general stores and the 2 niche shops. So Etsy ranks listings with their content-specific ranking, what they call CSR. This is what they have to say about it. CSR helps us show shoppers relevant listings we believe they are more likely to purchase based on what we've learned from those shoppers' habits. Some of the factors are time of day, customer's location, blah, blah, blah. So no, SEO alone and searching your own listings using a VPN or, searching incognito mode isn't going to help either. Etsy is already trying to match your items to shoppers, so make it easy for them to suggest your items. The things that matter more, in my opinion, are uniqueness, scarcity, and design execution. It's why one of my shops has 19,000 sales, most of which came with having less than even 80 listings. And you can check out this video for my way of getting found in search. All right. Myth 5 is another bag of crap. You're gonna get shadow banned.
Oh, shadow ban.
I hate this term. It sounds so dark and mysteriously fear-inducing.
You're gonna get shadow banned.
I think I first saw this term appear around the start of the pandemic. All it is a fancy way to say throttled, which is really what longtime sellers like myself have always called it. Throttling is where the platform might temporarily pull you or limit your items from getting shown in search results for maybe going against their terms of service or something, or for just being a crappy business owner in some way. Think of it like a mini punishment. If you don't do anything wrong, you've got nothing to worry about. And even then, you typically need to be a repeat offender to actually, get
shadow ban.
Literally just be a good business owner. Answer your convos in time. Make sure to ship your items out within the timelines that you actually set, and resolve customer issues and queries and stuff like that effectively and efficiently. If you're in this for the long haul and actually want to grow your business, you're probably already doing these things anyway, because it's just good business. So no, you're not probably at risk of getting throttled or
shadow ban.
Like I've always said, your time is better spent doing more niche research, understanding your target customers, and creating more new, unique designs that fill holes in the marketplace. It's so many other things. Don't worry about this crap. If you're new to Etsy and print on demand, check out these 2 videos on how I walk you through opening your Etsy shop step by step and how to connect it to Printify and process your orders.